almost like tight end by committee, like it was.
We kind of do. We definitely think about that, as a unit type thing. If one succeeds, we're all succeeding. So,
what's the biggest hole that you have to fill in Ben's absence? What do you guys feel like is the biggest challenge for you guys to kind of replace him?
Sure. I've said this a couple times, but I feel like Ben's strength really in both facets of the game was consistency. He really became a guy, especially his senior year, who could be counted on, to get his job done like on virtually every play. So I feel like that's the biggest void that we need to focus on being able to fill. Just becoming as a unit or individuals, me personally, Tyler, Nick, whatever. Just being people who can be relied on to get our job done. Both in the run game and the pass game.
Is it harder to develop consistency when you're splitting time with Tyler?
I don't think so. I was just saying, we have different strengths, different skill sets, and when we're coaching each other, on the things that we're best at, kind of trying to become the most well-rounded tight ends. I feel like we kind of developed that consistency.
What's Tyler like out on the field? I know back from covering him in recruiting, he was very quiet.
Yeah.
Is he like that on the field too, or is he kind of open up a little bit?
Yeah, we're both relatively quiet people. We're not going to be the guys who are kind of just like yelling on the field and stuff like that. But it's not to an extent, where we're not saying anything. So I'd say we're pretty even keel on the field, but it's not like too extreme.
Sure. Where do you feel like you've grown the most since last season?
That's I guess it begins with the weight that I've put on in the offseason so far. Being through 6 practices, you can't say exactly. But I've like something that I've really tried to work on ever since I really got here is being able to be consistent in line. And being able to put on this weight that I have, hopefully trying to keep that weight on, building strength even further, is something that I've really focused on. And I feel like obviously there's a ton of room to improve, but just having this extra weight, this extra strength has already helped me a lot through 6 practices.
Do you think, looking at the tight ends from my eyes, it seems like you guys have a combination of different guys that maybe are better pass catchers and better blockers? Yeah. Do you feel like that challenges you and makes you better by knowing, well, maybe this guy does this better than me, but maybe I do that better than him? Is that a way to challenge yourself?
I think all of our viewpoints as a tight end unit as a whole is trying to become a guy who's good at everything. So trying to become that well-rounded tight end. And like you said, with body types and sizes and stuff like that, some guys are going to naturally be better at some things. But we do challenge ourselves on virtually every practice on trying to improve our weaknesses, to bring it up to to the level of our strengths. So we really can be a guy who can do everything.
Being able to run some 2 tight end stuff out, is that encouraging? Is that stuff you like to do? Or what's your feelings about that?
Oh yeah, no, I love 2 tight ends. That's as many tight ends as we get on the field is better, I feel like. But yeah, it is good, especially like the more those sets go in, the more we feel like the coaches are comfortable with both of us, 3 of us being on the field at the same time, which is something that we're excited about. When we get out there to do that.